This is just a quick video on my BK Precision 2160A. I'm having trouble with it. It seems that everybody in the forum thinks that I'm just not setting my voltage division knob correctly or the attenuation magnification switch correctly, but let me get into how it's working and show you why I believe that's not really the case. So you see right now I have the oscilloscope turned on. I'm using a USB oscilloscope to measure the cal signal, and you can see we're getting a square wave, 2 volts peak to peak with 1 millisecond period, which is 1 kilohertz signal. Right now I'm plugged into channel 1 right here. Here is the probe. You can see that it is, it's hard to tell, but you can see that it's switched to 1 times. There you go, so no attenuation. I'm going to keep it connected to that. As I'm connected to ground, measuring the signal, I'm getting the wave that I've been showing pictures of online. And right now, I have it set to main display. The position, horizontal position is correct. You can see my trigger source is channel 1, which is what I'm plugged into. I'm using an auto trigger, or I could go to normal, it does the exact same thing. And time division is just at 1 millisecond, so you can see the wave is only going about 1 division over, which is correct. But right now the voltage division knob is where everybody's saying I'm having a problem. You can see right now I can pull the voltage division knob out, so that's 5 times magnification. I have it pressed in, so right now it's at ×1, which is correct with the probe. And I am at 20 millivolts per division, which would seem reasonable to have a zoomed in square wave. But when I try to go higher, up to 50 millivolts per division, it seems to magnify even further. And then if I go to 100 millivolt division, now the wave is just starting to disappear. And I turn up intensity, and you can see the tails of the wave right here, but it's starting to disappear, like it's magnifying even further and disappearing. I don't know where that's coming from. 200 millivolts and it's gone. If you keep going up to 5 volts per division, you don't see anything in here. If you go to 2 volts per division, you should see a square wave in one of these divisions. Nothing. Turn up intensity, nothing's happening. Mess with the position, nothing's happening. And right now the channel is AC coupled, so I shouldn't have any sort of DC offset on here. So the only place where I actually get the wave, and if I do the fine tuning, I get nothing with the fine tune. I start to get something with the magnification on 5 times, but we all know that that's incorrect. So anyways, the only place where I actually see a wave is somewhere around 20 millivolts per division. But the other weird thing is it starts to go back up. And that doesn't really make sense to me. Actually, none of this really makes sense to me. So I'm no expert on oscilloscopes, but I know for sure that that's not working correctly, and that's not how it should be working. If you go to time division seems to be working fine. I can decrease the time divisions and it zooms in, or I could increase time divisions and it zooms out like it should. So that all seems correct. Now I want to input a sine wave from this little USB oscilloscope. It has a function generator. Here we have a sine wave connected, so all the same properties as the cal signal, except that's a sine wave. You can see it's 2 volts peak to peak and 1 millisecond period. Let me fix this a little bit. Alright, that's good. 1 millisecond period, so 1 kilohertz signal. So now let's connect this up to the scope. which is still at 1 times. Connected up the scope right here. And you can see it's acting sort of the same. It sort of has properties like a sine wave almost, and you get the curves here instead of straight lines. But it's pretty much acting the same. If I turn the position all the way up, it starts to go off the screen, but not really. But if I go all the way down, it's doing the same thing. It'll go down a little bit, and then it'll start to go back up again. But it should just continue to travel all the way down to the bottom of the screen. Same with the voltage divisions. If I start turning it up, it just completely will disappear. And that's 5 times magnification. That's 1 times, so 0 magnification. And it just completely disappears. Nothing here. Turn the intensity up, you don't see anything. Yeah. Well, this is a little different. But yeah. Time division seems to work fine. But I know it looks like, well, at least the last one, this doesn't really look like any wave. The last one looks like a zoomed in square wave. But if I increase my voltage per divisions, soon it just goes off the screen, which I know that that's not correct with an oscilloscope. And again, this is AC coupled, so there shouldn't be any DC offset. And that's why I think this isn't working. Thanks for watching.